today? Good morning, everyone. It's good to see everybody this morning. It's chilly outside. Crispy, crispy, crispy. Welcome to the Center of Unity. We're glad you're here this morning. If you're joining us for the first time, the very first time, we want to say welcome, 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 welcome. Some of us came in here this morning and we're tired, and some of us came in peaceful and full, and some of us came in with things that we're not really sure how to let down or let go of, But the beautiful thing about this community is you don't have to arrive a certain way, right? You just have to arrive, Because God is going to meet you there wherever you are, in whatever place you are, however you come into this space, God is ready to meet you there, right? So somebody say amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, let's go ahead and get started this morning. Plentiful streams of abundance flow. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name. When I'm out in the desert place, go walk through the wilderness. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. Blessed be your name. When the sun's shining down on me, when the world's all as it should be, blessed be your name. Blessed be your name. On the road marked with suffering, there's pain in the offering. Blessed be your name. Every blessing you pour out, turn back to praise. When the darkness closes in, Lord, still I will say, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. You give and take away. You give and take away. My heart will choose to say, Lord, blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your glorious name.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, look at your smiling faces. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of the service. And for those who are watching us via live stream at home, Facebook, YouTube, thank you. Thank you for being a part of Center of Unity this morning. And as Jeff said, yes, it is chilly outside. And the sun is shining, yes? So that makes us feel a little warm and fuzzy, right? We have a wonderful service planned for you today. I'm so excited that we're going to hear from Matt Sweat this morning. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Okay. that the highest king would welcome me. I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Yes, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he's ransomed me. His grace, it runs deep. While I was a slave to myself, Jesus rescued me. Yes, he rescued me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. Sing it again. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am.
Good morning. I'm Maddie, and this is Johnetta. We're on your care team, and we'll be at the prayer room after service if anyone would like us to pray with them. Today's daily word is world peace. Actually, 2 words. As I affirm peace, I help create a peaceful world.
I help create a peaceful world. In 1964, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "It is not enough to say we must not wage war. It is necessary to love peace and sacrifice for it. We must concentrate not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. Of course, I will work toward creating the kind of world I wish to see, investing my effort and energy to ending conflict, discrimination, and other kinds of negativity. But I also put my energy into creating harmony, cooperation, opportunity, and other positive outcomes. Today, I affirm that peace is dawning all over the world, blessing all people with warm feelings of cooperation and togetherness. I affirm peace is here, even as I strive to create.
May the God of peace himself sanctify you entirely, and may your spirit and soul and body be kept sound. From 1 Thessalonians.
And if you would please just take a moment to take a collective breath with us as we get centered in this moment. Oh, precious presence, thank you for sustaining us. Anytime we get together, we feel only love, warmth, and a knowing that all is in perfect order. There are moments when we feel that some parts of our mind or body is out of balance. And during those times, we realize that we can simply become the observer of what is happening to the body. Because the truth is, all is well. All is well. And for this and other blessings, we simply say, thank you, God. And so it is, and so we allow it to be. Amen.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing this morning? Thank y'all for coming out. As we see, Jack Frost is still nipping. As I prepared for this message today, I thought about a husband and a wife that had been on a spiritual journey together for a long time. They're always doing things like yoga retreats and ayahuasca vacations and tarot summer camps, all the woo-woo stuff. And they had come to find out about a wise guru that would answer your questions about the universe. So they traveled to this far-off place and to the top of this mountain and met this guru. And the guru said, I will answer one question about the universe. And they had prepared for this. They put a lot of thought into it and formulated their question ahead of time. And they asked, what is the biggest lie in the universe? And the guru smiled. And he said, that's an easy one. But before I tell you, I'd like to hear what you think the biggest lie in the universe is. So the husband says, I think the biggest lie in the universe is that we're all separate from each other and Mother Earth. And the wife says, I think the biggest lie in the universe is the illusion of time. Time doesn't really exist. We all exist in one eternal moment. And the guru said, those are both very good answers, but they're not the biggest lie in the universe. So he leans in, and the couple leans in, and he says, the biggest lie in the universe is I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions. So today I'm talking about limiting beliefs and contracts that you didn't know you agreed to. We've all gone to the websites and you put in your email address and you come up with a new password and you hit submit and nothing happens and you're frustrated because you did all the things, so what's the problem? But then you see that little message, must accept terms and conditions. So you go to that little box with the fine print and you don't read it. At the very most, you may click the little sidebar and scroll down to make it look like you read it. And you click the little box, accept terms and conditions, but you don't know what you're agreeing to. You just want to get your commemorative coffee mug or your 4-pack of flashlights that would be good for around the house. You could be agreeing to be a subject in a science experiment or to foster polar bears or anything, for all you know. I've found that in life, we have limiting beliefs about ourselves, the people around us, and the way things work. And a limiting belief is a negative, self-imposed idea that you believe about yourself or the world. The key part there is self-imposed. When you say things like, I'm no good at such and such, or I'll never be able to do that thing I want to do, or people from my family just don't do things like that. In order for that thought to become a belief, at some point you had to agree to the underlying terms. I'm no good at math, or I just don't have the confidence, or I'll never be able to get my anger under control, or people are inherently cruel and deceptive. Whatever it is, at some point you had to agree that that was going to be your version of reality. You'll hear people say things like, I don't know what world you're living in, or where I come from, so on and so forth, or back in my day, whatever it is. We don't always realize that these are terms that we're agreeing to. And the terms you agree to create your condition. I'll say that again. The terms you agree to create your condition. As a matter of fact, I'd like y'all to repeat that with me in first person. The terms I agree to create my condition. I think of a story about a circus elephant. There was a circus that had come to a small town back in the day, and the reporter went behind the scenes to get a story for the local newspaper. And one of the first things that he noticed was this huge, massive elephant that was being bossed around by these little guys made to perform. And the only thing that was restraining it was a rope around its leg, tethered to a stake in the ground. So the reporter took note of this, and he went to the trainer and he asked him, hey, how are you controlling this big, massive creature and bossing it around? It could obviously pull the stake out of the ground and just trample all over you and everybody. So the trainer explained, at one point, that rope was strong enough to restrain the elephant when it was a baby, a calf. And the elephant would try to escape. It would pull, and it would try and try. But over time, it eventually gave up. So that now, even after all these years, it still believes that it can't escape. We often agree to terms because at some point in our lives, like that elephant, they were true. Let's face it, life has limitations. You can sometimes be restrained by a circumstance and not be able to do anything about it. But the funny thing is that long after those circumstances or conditions are gone, we can still act like they're still there. We stay stuck. And it turns a temporary circumstance or a condition into a permanent way of thinking, a limiting belief, a subtle contract that you signed with your version of reality. I came across something called the lemon test. And if you would, I'd like you to follow along with me and participate with me. So, using your best imagination, I want you to imagine in your dominant hand, you have half a lemon. It's freshly cut. The juice is rolling down the sides. Imagine what it looks like, the color, the texture of the peel, the taste. Now take that lemon up to your mouth and take a big old bite. Think about how sour it is, how it stings your cheeks, the texture, the juice running down your mouth. For anybody, did it kind of trigger your saliva glands a little bit, kind of get your juices flowing? So between your brain, your six senses, and your body, your brain doesn't know the difference. Your six senses know there's no lemon there. I don't see a lemon. I don't smell a lemon. I definitely don't taste the lemon. But because your brain said there was a lemon there, your body reacted accordingly. So think about the implications that can have for the negative self-talk that you do on a daily basis and how that affects your body, how that accrues over time. So to change the conditions, you have to change the terms. And to change the terms, you must first realize what those terms are, because they're often subtle and hidden in plain sight. And to do that, you have to engage in some shadow work. I've been in this community for a long time, and I've often heard the term shadow work come up. And I thought even if I didn't have a complete understanding of what it was, I thought I had a basic understanding. I mean, there's light, there's dark, the shadow is dark, so it's working on the dark parts of yourself. But recently I've come to learn that those limiting beliefs are very sneaky. Like a computer virus, it can sneak in through a back door and hide, running in the background, influencing things that you don't even know it's influencing. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." When you can't figure out what's going wrong in your life, it can often be traced back to a limiting belief. And one of the sneakiest things about these limiting beliefs is that they can often disguise themselves as wisdom, like those cute little sayings or mottos that you find yourself repeating from time to time. For example, like in my family growing up, I would always hear people say, if it's not one thing, it's another. Or when it rains, it pours. And if you interpret it, it's saying, if something bad is not happening now, something bad will happen. And if something bad is happening, something else bad is going to come along. And it leaves you always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Let's see, what's another one? Wish in one hand and pee in another and see which one fills up first. Have y'all heard that one? All right? And it's saying, keep your head out of the clouds. Be realistic. If you want it, you're going to have to struggle for it. When I was in my early 20s, a guy not much older than me told me that an old guy had once told him, and when somebody starts off a sentence with an old wise man once told me, you listen. He said, an old guy once told me that pain is weakness, and weakness is pain. And I said, oh, that really resonated with me. That sounded cool. I thought it would be something that I could say that would make me sound mature and wise and tough. And pain is weakness. I took it to mean that pain comes from those parts of yourself that are flawed or unfinished, or that you don't have courage or strength around. And weakness is pain. I took it to mean that if you had any of those areas in your life, that they would surely cause you pain. So in order to avoid pain, you have to be strong. And I didn't think about this saying constantly by any means, but it would crop up from time to time over the years when a certain type of situation would come up, I would refer to it. But recently, I had the opportunity to revisit that saying, and not only to realize how pervasive it was running in the background of my consciousness, but to pick it apart and to reframe it. So that now I say, pain is not weakness. Pain is information. And if you're experiencing pain, it's trying to show you something that needs to be fixed. And it's not weak to feel pain. As a matter of fact, one of the strongest things you can do is to lean into that pain and figure out what it's trying to tell you. So in the coming days and weeks, I want you to pay attention and notice if you find yourselves saying one of those little slogans or mantras that sound cute and slick but are low-key kind of negative. Examine it. Ask yourself, is it really true in all circumstances, or was it true a few times and a few circumstances, and you continue to apply it to areas in your life where it doesn't fit? See, a big part of your spiritual growth and awakening, and what I'm working on right now, is identifying those limiting beliefs, where they came from, and how did they benefit me? Because they did benefit you at some point, or at least they made sense. They helped you to make sense of things. But much like that elephant, you continue to keep the rope around your leg. So I'll close with, don't let a temporary observation or something you resonate with in a moment become a permanent way of seeing things. Go back and take another look at those terms and conditions.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. Oh, I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there are some with no home and not a nickel to loan. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, yeah. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could be any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. You gotta get it right while you got the time, 'cause if you close your heart, then you close your mind. Man in the mirror, oh, change those ways. No message could be any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Na 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 na. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Perfect, beautiful. Thank you so much, Noel. You know, I think the favorite line for me in that song is na na na, na na na, na 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 na. So today we come into the space where we go into our meditation But before we do that, I'd like to set it up a little bit. I'm going to invite you to imagine a room, a massive room, more like a warehouse. It's filled with file cabinets, boxes of all sizes, everything from the size of a ring box to the size of a shipping container. And on the periphery of this room, there are many doors that lead to other places. So just keep that in mind, put that to the back, and as we go into the space of meditation, I want you to relax. Shed off the hecticness, the stress, the concerns of the week. Center into your body. Feel your body. Go to that space behind your eyes. Imagine an elevator there. And take that elevator down through your throat chakra and into your heart center. With your hand on your heart, feel it beating. Feel your breath. And know that this breath is a bridge from your heart to the infinite. And relax into that space. On the other side of that bridge, you come to a gate. And at that gate, there's the Almighty, the all that is. And I want you to say to the Almighty, repeat silently to yourself in your head, I am ready, God. Show me who I really am. And in that space, wait for an answer. Now follow my voice to this place, to this room, the room of drawers, boxes, and doors. Go to one of the file cabinets, open up a drawer, and think about something that your heart desires, no matter how frivolous, how decadent. No guilt, no overthinking. It may be a baseball card you were never able to collect. It could be a perfume or cologne that you really like. It could be a diamond ring. Whatever it is, Spirit has it there just for you. Imagine that feeling. What does that feel like? And go to one of the boxes. Open it up. What's in it? How does that make you feel? Now go to one of the doors on the periphery of that room. Open it up. Where does it lead to? Is it a beach? Is it a golf course? Is it an amusement park? Think of how that feels, that feeling of fulfillment, joy, gratitude. Now take that feeling and, like that lemon, juice it, turn it into liquid. You have a bucket with you. Fill up that bucket with that joy, that fulfillment. Now think of an area in your life right now that's hurting. And I want you to take that liquid joy and pour it over that area in your life. Sit in that space. Now, at the sound of my voice, slowly come back to this time in this space, feeling your body in the seat. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. So remember, throughout this week, think about those terms and conditions. And as we go into Martin Luther King Jr. Day today, think about his mountaintop speech. Go to that mountaintop. Get out of the valley. Think about the view from the top down. Think about how much things have changed because we decided to look at terms and change them. And then imagine how much things will change and how much better our conditions will be when we think about those terms and whether we knowingly or unknowingly agree to them. How can we change? Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Matt. That was great. Told y'all we were going to have a treat. All right, so now we've come to that part of the service where we get an opportunity, we have that opportunity to share our tithes, gifts, and love offerings. And I'd like to remind you all of just what those funds help us do at this church. Not only the Sunday service, but we also are able to do classes, other events, as well as donate to the Reverend Carroll Scholarship Fund, the Tarrant Area Food Bank, the Awareness Project, as well as Grace. Individually as well as collectively, we all make a difference, not just one or two or three, but all of us pooling in the pot, we make a big difference. So the ushers will invite you row by row to drop your offering in the large basket, and then please pick up one of the little affirmations on either side of the large basket. And if it's not your opportunity to come forward to drop monies into the large basket, just spread your energy, your loving, abundant energy over the large basket, and still pick up an affirmation for the rest of the week. Now, hold your offering in your hand, and please join me as we affirm our offertory blessing. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, Father, Mother, God. Lori has the community update, and immediately after, in the interest of time, we have two people who want to share something with you. Really quickly, I commit very little to memory, so don't judge me. Michael Wetton is going to talk about the choir, and Ben has something to say about his upcoming workshop, okay? Well, she has community. Just share.
It's a transformation. Good morning, everybody. So this is actually, I was planning on Transformation Sunday, so I wanted to share a little bit about my journey and how it kind of came about. Actually, it really started with my grandfather being a Lutheran minister way back in the day. He was a Lutheran minister. He had both sermons in German and in English, but he also knew that there was more roads than just the one, the Lutheran path. And so he actually, in 1942, he actually went and studied New Thought. So, studied the likes of Nona Brooks and the spiritual revolution, if you will. So anyway, that was way back in the day. Hang on a second here. There it is. Here's the transformational part for me. I didn't discover my grandfather even had courses or anything like that. I was just always brought up in a household that, we had things that were like people, it was normal for people to get healed and stuff like that, and it was normal for me to be sick in bed and faking, and my mom would say, your aura looks fine, get up and go to school. Or, it's just like I had always been around it, and was still in the Lutheran church and stuff. So I guess you could call us metaphysical Lutherans. So that's basically my path. And then what happened is when I got down to Texas, I had a friend whose mother had a church, and it was the New Thought. And then after her mom transitioned, then they just closed the church. And so a friend of mine actually brought me into this church. And this church was just like, it just became home for me. So there was all kinds of activities. The people were really warm. And really it really speaks the truth to me. So it accepts all paths, and it's just something that I really feel comfortable in. Anyway, so that is my transformational story.
Hello. Since our kids are in San Antonio and you don't get to hear your weekly words of wisdom from one or both of the Wetson twins, you get to hear from me today. But I can deliver it like Sawyer does. How about that? For those of you who don't know, Ganera, our choir director, fell and broke a hip back in the fall, and I stepped in to do the Thanksgiving piece, and we kind of got through the holidays, and now I am the choir director until such time as it might change. So this is my appeal to anybody who sings, and I hear people singing out here who I know can sing. We're talking about very seriously changing the time from 8:30 on Sunday morning, because that's what people don't like, to 11:45, immediately after service. And if you think that might enable you to come and join us, here's the strange thing. We're short of women, and that is not a thing in a unity choir anywhere in the world. So we're gonna bring back some of the old stuff. I think our next performance, we're gonna sing "Surely the Presence," if y'all remember that song, and then to start the service, and then another kind of a great choral piece. So we would love to have you come and sing. I am not a professional, and we get together and we enjoy making music, and we enjoy when we can be in front of the church. So please come up and see me if you're interested, and I'll get you on the text list. Right now, rehearsals are still at 8:30, but that's probably changing. Thank you.
Hey, good morning, everybody. want to take a moment and just reflect on Matt's message. It felt really empowering and like revisiting our limits. And in line with that, we have a workshop on AI next weekend on the 25th. And I'll give you a little quick 60-second pitch really fast. So for thousands of years, spiritual teachers could only reach people in their immediate circles. Your light touched the lives you could physically reach. But right now, we're living through a rare moment in human history, a building window where technology doesn't replace the human heart, but amplifies it. AI can extend your compassionate leadership to thousands, maybe millions, while you sleep. It can hold space for someone at 3 a.m. when they're struggling. It can offer your wisdom in languages you don't speak to communicate to communities you'll never meet. History shows us what happens when technology disrupts too fast. Fear, violence, breakdown. The Luddites in the 1800s England. We're facing that same pattern in the next 5 to 10 years. But this time, we can steer around it. If enough spiritually grounded people learn to build with these tools instead of running from them, Unity Intelligence is a free workshop that shows you how AI serves your ministry, your mission, and your calling. How to scale compassion without losing its essence. The building window is open. The question is, who's going to build what comes next? We need spiritual leaders at the table. We need your light amplified. The question is, will you answer the call? So if you know any compassionate leaders that are interested in artificial intelligence or interested in a message like this, please feel free to reach out to them. I encourage to we have a sign-up sheet, try to keep idea of how many people are coming, but also if you have ideas for what you'd like to see covered in this course, I have a preliminary outline, but there are a lot of things that I can go over, so come reach out to me, let me know what you're interested in learning, and I can make sure to tailor it to y'all needs. So thank you.
Here's what's coming up at Center of Unity.
Join Ben Cox on Sunday, January 25th from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. for a heart-centered workshop exploring AI through the lens of divine, human, and artificial intelligence. This interactive session offers a spiritually grounded approach to understanding AI with wisdom, intention, and curiosity. Sign up from the COU website or app. The Body, Mind, Spirit Fest is back. Mark your calendar for Saturday, March 21st from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Invite a friend and get your tickets while they're buy one, get one free through February 15th. This is a transformative day of holistic experiences and inspiring speakers designed to nourish your spirit.
Help us support our neighbors in need. Bring non-perishable, shelf-stable food items to Fellowship Hall by the last Sunday for the Grace Food Pantry. Healthier options like low sodium, low sugar, and high fiber foods are especially appreciated. Please remember to check those expiration dates.
The annual membership meeting is on Sunday, February 1st at 11:45 a.m. in the sanctuary. A portion of the meeting will be dedicated to the election of 2 new board members. Your membership re-verification card must be completed and returned by January 25th in order to be eligible to vote. For your convenience, there's a membership renewal table in the foyer.
There are multiple ways you can make a donation to Center of Unity. You can drop your donation off at the church, mail it to our P.O. Box, visit our website, or use the COU or Venmo app. Your continued support is greatly appreciated.
All right, so our older kids are away, but our younger ones are still back there tearing at the door to get in, so let's sing them in. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Hello, everybody. Debbie and my husband are off with our older kids at the Winter Lally. They'll be joining us back tomorrow, so a full day of growing and activities for them. And our youngers today learned about how their expressions of God. You want to share?
Today we made books about us that tell you about us, and let me show you mine.
Riley, do you want to share?
Today we made these little pictures of string, and we measured ourselves with the string, and our teacher cutted it for us, and then we made this a little shape, and that represents what peaceful thing that's peaceful to us.
We look forward to having everybody back next week, and they can share their experience at Lally. Thank you, everybody.
All right, so let's stand up together, join hands into our peace song. All right, so, and as we go into this week, let us remember our prayer for protection. We'll do it as a call and response. The light of God surrounds us.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
I am the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
I am the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
I am the presence of God.
Together, wherever we are, God is, and all is well.